Hi Leo. This is going to be a reading for the month of February. However, I consider my readings timeless. So please use spiritual discernment when watching any of these readings, especially my tarot readings. When watching a video, that could be the right time for you, regardless of what month I'm saying it is, or even the sign. Use your spiritual discernment and watch what resonates with you the most. Keep in mind, at the time of this reading, the sun is in Aquarius and there was just a new moon in Aquarius. So that affects your energy and everyone else's around you as well. Okay, let's get started. We're going to get the present energy for Leo. That was quick. Three of Pentacles. Whoops, sorry, I bumped my microphone. Three of Pentacles. Collaborating energy, working together. Temperance, patience, moderation, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. It's at the bottom of the deck. The Queen of Cups. Okay. Could be a female water sign involved. Could have a lot to do with your empathy or someone else's empathy. This is a lot about giving. Some of you guys are learning not to give too much and learning not to take too much. Seems like there at one point there must have been two different extremes. Either giving too much or taking too much. Giving too much and then feeling like you're giving too much, and then all you want to do is take. I deserve this, I deserve that. It's just like one extreme or the other. I feel like that's changing with the Wheel of Fortune. Let me grab one more, please. That's too many. I did see the World card, so I feel like that cycle has ended or will be ending. The Two of Wands being at the crossroads, you're trying to make a decision, could be combative. And Knight of Wands is more like an impulse energy. It's root chakra energy. A lot of you guys are trying to figure out, trying to work with what you do instinctively. Is that how you say? Instinctively, like, okay, I instinctively do this. What can I do that is also natural to me to balance when I go into two extremes? A lot of you guys also might be realizing, and if not, you should be realizing that you're thinking something is like you and it's not. Like going into these extremes, like I'm extremely loud and then people think I'm too loud, so I'm extremely quiet, or I'm extremely giving and then people, take from me, so I'm going to pull all of that back. A lot of you guys are realizing that's more of a learned behavior. That's probably a pattern of behavior due to your past or a survival thing to do rather than your actual natural behavior. So a lot of you guys are kind of at the crossroads of fixing that. At the bottom of the deck, and there's that World card, so the pattern, it seems like, has been broken. It's a challenge for Leo. Okay, the Chariot going the right way. See, that's beautiful. Going from the crossroads, the Knight of Wands, to the Chariot, going the right direction. Okay. That flew. Okay, the Five of Cups, that is grief. It's my crying over spilled milk card, but it's deeper than that. It's crying over things that have ended. Empty cups, when you're realizing there is... in the original deck, you're crying over 3 cups spilt when there's 2 cups behind you. Crying over one relationship when there's a new relationship that you'll be approaching. So grieve, do what you gotta do, but there's a new relationship approaching that you're gonna need your focus on. It's like the previous relationship was the catalyst to you realizing patterns of behavior about yourself, and once you fix those, that like changes your frequency, like you shift within and you go into a higher frequency that opens you up to the better. It's like you've spiritually evolved. Okay, Knight of Cups. So we got 2 knights out. It's giving energy. This isn't the challenge though. So I feel like the challenge is understanding the differences at this time of why are you giving? Like, what is the reason? In my Cardi B voice, what was the reason? Why are you truly giving when it comes to, like, what do you want? Of course, we give out of love because we care about people. But I feel like when we go through things in our past and we tend to not realize that we bring things with us. And we do things that are based out of a habit of maybe wanting to feel worthy or wanting to feel worthy to another person, or even worthy to yourself, or because you want to be perceived. Did I read like this last month? I felt like this was the reading for last month. So a lot of you guys are really in that process now. I feel like dead in it if you haven't been in it already. Let me get one more card before I continue. I just peeped the Five of Wands that was at the bottom. So this is very much a challenge. Okay, Seven of Cups options, but this is also could be about fantasizing, about what you think should happen when you do something. A lot of you guys have an expectation about what love should be like, instead of really opening your heart to defining love based off of what it is, what you're seeing. There's a little bit of and now there's nothing wrong with imagination and having expectation, but again, I feel like a lot of things are actually done in grief, in pain, in order. It's like, I don't want to go through this pain anymore with relationships, so I'm going to do this. If I give, I'm going to receive. And I'm not saying it doesn't work like that, because you would think it works like that, but how do I describe it? I got the Devil at the bottom of the deck, so I feel like it more so binds you into a very narrow perspective about how other people are perceiving love. Like, you're not the only one perceiving love. People perceive love in many different ways. And I feel like once you open yourself to that, there comes an understanding of truth that makes you appreciate love a lot more, and in turn, you can love a little bit more freely. Alright, I will be clarifying these. I'm just getting the current energy right now. What's the hidden energy? Okay, we got the Three of Cups and the Three of Swords. So I was feeling this as well. Where was I feeling this? With the Five of Cups that's hiding under there now. So in tarot, there's a lot of talk about third-party situations, cheating and stuff like that. But people don't realize, when there's a challenge between two people, if two people are opposing each other, that love each other, there's other things other than just somebody cheating or somebody getting in the way. There's other things that get in the way, right? It could be addiction. It could be selfishness. It could be fear, worry, doubt. It could be a multitude of things that are low vibrational. And that was brought to the table in this situation. That's why it goes from the Three of Cups to the Three of Swords. It's funny too, because we got the Seven of Cups and the Three of Cups, and that does equal the Ten of Cups as well. So this was a very needed experience. And there you are, the Queen of Wands. Did I show it? Yeah. You get one more. A lot of you guys don't even realize how this pain is transforming you. It's really necessary. And the Six of Swords, going into calmer waters, going into a calmer place, and taking the lessons with you. Before the Six of Swords, there's the Five of Swords, which is kind of like this no matter what energy. No matter what, I will do this. No matter what, I will have this. No matter what, I will try to conserve this. And I feel like in terms of conserving it, that has to do with this relationship. And now you're realizing that that wasn't the way to go. That's not the way to... It's kind of like holding on to something way too tight. And again, it speaks more about, we got the Knight of Pentacles, taking one's time and consistency. One, two, three. It's the Six of Swords. You see how it's 1, 2, 3. It's 3 swords pulling her out of that storm into calmer waters, onto shore. I'll use my clarifiers because I know there's more there, because I'll just keep repeating myself, but I'm telling you, there's something about this heartache that unlocks something. There's a realization of self and how you perceive love, how you define love. Your strength at this time. What's Leo's strength at this time that they can use? Whoa. Okay, Two of Pentacles. It's in reverse. So that speaks about not juggling. Again, I felt like that's extremes, going back and forth from one extreme to another. And Ace of Pentacles is, so we got both of them in reverse. They did fall in reverse. And Ace of Pentacles is normally an opportunity. A lot of you guys are realizing that something wasn't what it seemed in terms of what someone else was offering, or what you were offering as well. I feel like a lot of you guys are realizing that you are a lot like this other person. Then you guys have a lot more common than you think you do. And I feel like you're realizing that about a lot of all your relationships in general, because I do feel like, and it seems to be the theme, which makes sense because it's Aquarius season at this time, but there seems to be this theme where there's these realizations of, you know how they say you are what you eat, and you are who you hang out with, you are the people that you are attracting. It's like there are similarities here. And instead of juggling and pointing the finger either at yourself or the other person, whether it's blaming yourself or blaming the other person, I feel like you're not doing that anymore. Also, the Two of Pentacles plus the Ace of Pentacles is the Three of Pentacles, which showed up in the beginning of the reading. And with them in reverse here, I feel like it came undone. I feel like you took it back, or somebody took their pentacle back out of this situation. And there's the World card. I did see it upright. It fell out in reverse. I'm just going to leave it upright. Again, this is about patterns. This is also about karma, and things coming back around. So whatever happened here, this is not new. This was bound to happen. This was bound to happen. This is something that has happened before. Let me get one more here. Two snakes. Two snakes. Two people being snakes. Six of Pentacles, equal give and take. What'd I say? Everybody was bringing the same thing to the table. And then the Tower at the bottom of the deck. See, I'm not going to say, because for some of you this might not be the case. For some of you this is the case. For some of y'all, you got a liar in our midst. But both were lying in terms of omitting truths is what I mean, because half of the truth is still a damn lie. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's what happened here. And there was a lot of pentacles. There was a lot of surface level stuff. I'll give you this. I'll give you this and it means love. I'll give you that and it means love. But there was no truth. There was no understanding. There was omittance of truth. Like, honestly, like, there's cups and stuff like that, but where are the swords? The swords is air energy. That's truth. Like, where is that? That has not really came out much in this deck. And that's why things fell apart. You know what I mean? You need all four elements to live, and it's what makes up this world. It's what helps cultivate the relationships that we do make. And I feel like that is what was missing. It was an omittance of truth. And I feel like what you brought to the table, that other person brought to the table, and when you're looking at why things came undone, you can point the finger all you want, or you could blame a person. And I'm more speaking on even like the other side as well. They might be sitting there blaming you and everything like that. But there has to be, at the end of the day, you are yourself. You can only hold yourself accountable. So you can sit here and analyze other people and what they do. But because you attracted these people, you have to see how that energy is actually inside of you. That in a way, you brought that same energy into the table, but in a different way. What's the spiritual guidance and advice? Okay, we got the Eight of Swords. Something fell on my foot. Okay, the Hermit. That's about introspection and coming out of that. There's a lot of, I'm stuck in my mind. Again, there feels like there's this back and forth, like, negative kind of juggling. It's either blaming yourself or blaming the other person that's yet to really find its middle. I also feel like a truth. I honestly feel like there's a truth that has not come out yet. It has not come out. I feel like a bunch of truths came out, whether it was by chance or through circumstance or somebody couldn't take it no more. One or the other, but it's not done. But the remaining truth that needs to come out is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And I really feel like it's going to complete this cycle, whether you decide to have a relationship with this person or not. Yep, I just saw the Fool. There's the Judgment, that's things coming out, that is the moment of truth. And then we have the Fool, which is a brand new beginning, I'm telling you. And then the Moon at the bottom of the deck, that's the secrets and illusions. There's something that is not, or was not clear, that is going to be clear. Okay, we got the Five of Pentacles. This is like a poverty mindset, as that's also a power dynamic, or like an apprenticeship. There's a power dynamic here that was not considered. And because I feel like with the Six of Pentacles and this equal give and take energy I'm feeling with the Two of Pentacles, I feel like there's a I'm lacking this from you energy that both feel. It's at the bottom, Ten of Swords. Yeah, there's just like this lacking energy, like you should have did this for me. And then another person's like, you should have did this for me. You should have known this about me. You should have known this about me. And there's a truth in that that's much deeper than that. And I feel, from what I'm feeling here intuitively, I feel like that truth is what you wanted from that other person this whole time. You needed to cultivate that within yourself. What you're trying to cultivate out of these relationships, the specific thing that keeps making you go through heartbreak over and over and over and over, is something you are supposed to, it's within you already. Let me clarify. I feel like that took me a while to get that message out. What's going on with this present energy? Okay, rebirth. Beautiful. And there you are, Leo, that lion. I suggest watching Aquarius energy because this feels very similar. I feel like I'm going to be first rereading all the fixed signs, which is Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. I believe I'm going to do that. But rebirth, going from that camel, slow, and then the lion, which is like ferocious, and then the child that is, you know, when I see the child playing that flute, I think of harmony. I'm telling you, the situation transformed you. And if you haven't had that realization of truth, you're gonna. Okay, isolation, and there's that heartbreak. Feeling isolated, feeling cold. Looks like he got blasted by... Oop, I keep bumping this mic. It looks like he got blasted by, like, an ice machine or something. Like an ice villain. Like Queen of Swords. But look how those tears... how warm they look, like warm in color, like they'll melt away that pain. The source, and there's those same colors, the source. What is the source of what's happening here? What is the source of what happened here? Because it's not just the relationship and what you guys tried to build that ended up falling apart. What was the foundation like? And even deeper than that, let me see the challenge. Clarify the challenge here. Breakthrough. The challenge is breakthrough. I think the challenge is breakthrough because you're still holding on to certain aspects of what happened here. Like, I can't believe this happened. I can't believe that was said. I can't believe, you know what I mean, it went down like this. So there's a little bit of holding on to that's permitting that's, you know what I'm saying? There needs to be a letting go situation, which is very hard. And then we have receptivity, which is Queen of Cups energy. It's like you guys are holding on to something in both hands, and you're not going to be able to grasp your breakthrough until you can let it go. You're supposed to be attaining one thing, but you gotta put down the thing that you're holding on to. It's not serving you. If anything, it's painful, and it's like combative with totality here. It's very combative. It's time to let that go. We have the hidden energy burden, and then past lives. Yeah, there's a burden here. I told you there's this, like, I feel like both parties feel this, but I feel like you're definitely feeling this. You see how he's carrying this other individual. Then we have past lives, like I'm always carrying you, but you don't realize the other person might feel that way as well. And like I said, this is not something where you should point the finger back and forth. This is something like, why did I feel like I had to carry you like this? Why did you feel like you had to carry me like this? That's not even how I want to be carried. Or at least not anymore. Maybe you're realizing the effect of how this did someone. It's like, I'm not your burden. I didn't ask to be your burden. You and or that other person is saying that. I didn't ask to be your burden. I didn't ask. me get one more. And there's the source. And then I got innocence. If this is a relationship that will be... See, and there's letting go. Oops, where are we? Letting go. Letting something go that must be. Notice how that little droplet of water is going into the bigger puddle of water. This whole relationship dynamic, it's funny because I talked about in the beginning of the reading of how you define love and how you define it based off of the structure of the relationship. And love is a very fluid, big thing that cannot be structured by relationships. The structure of a relationship with the individual is the kind of proof or testimony of that love. But it shouldn't be a structure that holds that love in like that. Love is supposed to be fluid. Loving somebody doesn't mean that you're up under them all the time. It means that you allow them to go. Love doesn't always mean like you have to be so sweet and angelic and say everything sweetly. Love sometimes is telling somebody the damn truth. You know what I'm saying? It's like love is so much more than this construct of the relationship that you're trying to keep together because you feel like, well, I am this title in the relationship, so I must be this. No, that's such a really small outfit that you're putting on love, you know? Like a tight ass suit. Of course everything fell apart. And it's not the love that fell apart, it's the structure. Let me get your strength here. Moment to moment, going with the flow. You're getting a lot of Aquarius's cards. And then postponement, which reminds me of depression and things like that. I feel like a lot of you guys, your strength is going with the flow. Leo, like Leo is about beauty to me. I know it's sun and technically Venus energy, like Libra and stuff like that, rules beauty, but I do feel like Leo has a lot to do with beauty. I do feel like Leo can see beauty because I think it radiates beauty. It's like the energy of beauty. It can radiate and shine like the sun that it is, and I feel like a lot of you guys can see the beauty of something. I feel like that is your gift, and now is the time to tap into it, because I do feel like a little bit of a depressive energy here where it's feeling like outside of you. And you can actually cultivate that. I can match something's beauty. Yeah, abundance. I feel like you are a source of beauty in a way. And I feel like that has been hindered, again, by the constructs of what you think a relationship should be, or the constructs that somebody else put you under in terms of a relationship. What is the spiritual guidance? Okay, we have completion, and it did fall out in reverse. So I feel like it hasn't happened yet. I told you this one last piece. Whoa, letting go. Completely letting go. You guys haven't completely let go yet. And I don't even think it's as literal as letting go of a person. I think it's a mindset. I think it's a pattern of behavior that has been learned. I have to view things this way. It's along those lines. And then we have intensity. Let love be free. Let it be free without the constructs of what we think a relationship should be, without these definitions and rules and obligations and expectations. Let it be free. Let yourself be free, and you can appreciate the other person being free as well instead of being hurt by them. And you will, in turn, attract people who will do the same. And people who can't respect that freedom of love will walk away. Let me get some tea leaves here. They will be out your life. So yeah, like I said, this feels like one person, but I feel like they are just merely a trigger and a catalyst to what's essentially needs to happen. Wheel, indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. Chair filled, someone new is entering your life. I swear I didn't I say that in the beginning? Somebody new was coming now that this old is gone. I feel like you're going to experience love a new way if you just let the old belief go. Cain, pay attention to your health. Okay, so I feel like that speaks a lot about it's kind of like holding on to pain, right? Like, that makes you sick. It makes you sick. Holding on to things that don't serve you, holding on to things that restrict you, restrict your heart, restrict your love, restrict your mind, restrict your love. Did I say that? They can make you sick. It's like holding in the fart or holding in your business. Like holding in, if you got to go to the bathroom and you're holding it, that will make you septic. Are you kidding me? Energy works the same way. Especially if it's negative energy. There needs to be a flow. Stagnant energy, air. If somebody's sitting in a room with stagnant energy, it's going to make them sick. Like they need new, fresh oxygen air. Sun, happiness, and well-being. Yes, this will literally actually, if a lot of you guys having issues with pain or some kind of ailments, I feel like a lot of you guys are realizing that your habits are tied to that. Turkey, someone's behaving stupidly. At the bottom of the deck, I have broken ring, parting of the ways in either romance or business. And then one flew away the hell over here. And we got cobweb, protected from negative forces beyond your control. With that, I'm seeing like when someone's dusting their house and they're dusting the cobwebs away. Because cobwebs hold stuff. So if there's something airborne in the air, what's that's going to stick to? Like a cobweb, right? What's hiding? Bow, you are highly thought of, and bell, announcement. So whoever this person is might end up telling you that they think of you highly. Ooh, also, I got door opportunities are waiting for you. So also what I'm getting from this is like pedestal energy. I put you on a pedestal. That reminds me of that Five of Pentacles I saw too. I put you on a pedestal. Someone put you on a pedestal you should not have been on. No shade. It's just that could, because what is that? That's an expectation. They put you too high on a pedestal. And then when you fell from it or come down from it and like, hey, I'm here on the ground just like you, they were like, what the hell? Oh, man. And like I said, this could have been vice versa energy, but I am feeling that strongly, like somebody put you on a pedestal that you shouldn't have been on. But I gotta say, you know, I think that you wanted to fit into this somebody else's construct and their expectations as well. So you have a part to play in the pedestal that they saw you on. You know, in terms of your actions, you helped enable that thought process of them putting you on a pedestal. Vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. Please don't, because we already see that they are highly thought of. Pin, new job or career. Dagger, fear, worries, intense situations. Ladder, climbing towards success. I feel like a lot of you guys feel a lot of fear right now based off what happened in this relationship. And it's like, there's a lot of good stuff that's happening. It's a new energy. And I feel like you don't really know much about it. So you're very fearful of it. And because then I got the Fool, which is a brand new beginning. That could be very scary. You're stepping into a new experience. You are very much stepping into a new experience. Whoops. Woman, dealings a relationship with a woman. That could be you or somebody else. Carriage, a journey, physical or mental. I think it's both from what I'm seeing here with the health and things like that. Let me get the spiritual guidance here. A wall, misunderstanding. Walls. What I say, the constructs. It's like building. I highly suggest watching Aquarius reading. I think when it's a season, this is a little tangent here. Hopefully I remember to say it in every video. From now on. But if we're in a season of something, like right now we're in a season of Aquarius, I think everyone should also watch an Aquarius reading if they're into watching tarot. Or if it's Capricorn season, watch the Capricorn reading. If you know what I mean, because that energy isn't permeating all of us. It's the sign of the sun that is literally nourishing all of us. Especially with you, Leo, the sun rules you. And the sun is in Aquarius. So I highly suggest watching the Aquarius reading. But anyways, wall. That is again this wall that is held up and around these people. Or these two people in a relationship, you and this other person. Kite, vacation, getting the hell out of that wall. Desk, pay attention to your work. I feel like that's very spiritual. And then tent, temporary situation. Do feel like this is a temporary situation. Like I said, I have no idea what, there's a million Leos in the world. I don't know what this relationship entailed or if this is like goodbye forever. I don't think so. This might be I'll love you from afar kind of situation. I think closeness. I think closeness, what was perceived as being close, was actually boundaries that were being crossed. I don't even think that's the right wording. I'm trying to find a way to word it, but that's the best way I could word it. It's like thinking, I'll bring my boundaries down because I want somebody to be closer to me. No, we all have boundaries, and even the people we love the most, we need to have, certain boundaries, things that cannot be crossed. And in terms of boundaries, I'm speaking more of like being very honest about who you are and how you think and what you say and what you do. Let me get the spiritual guidance here. I got legs, stepping into a new experience. Harp, great happiness. Cup, you should accept valid criticism. And when I have cup here, there's a jug in the back of that, like a teapot thing. And there's another card that speaks of that. And that's like lighthearted, carefree time. Speaks of love, people pouring water into another person's cup. That the criticism is actually love. And then I have woman, dealings with a relationship with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. It says fair woman as well. So for me, that card also means someone who is fair, someone who is equal, someone who is balanced. And look at what's on the bottom of the deck. That confirms it for me. Scales, keep your life in balance. Beautiful. So last thing, how long have I been going for? Oh my God, it's been a half an hour. Screw it. I would consider the reading done from here, but I also am going to pull a card from the Sacred Rebels Oracle. Okay? And I'm going to read that to you if you are interested. Okay. I have the word wants to be written. 42, that equates to a 6. And at the bottom of the deck, I have come to life. 43, that equates to a 5. So we got 5, 6. Something needs to come to life. The word needs to be written. Okay, here we go. Let me pull it out. I'm going to read out of the book because I really love the way they explain things. Okay. The word wants to be written. You might have been taught that creativity is something you have to work hard to access, or that finding your life purpose is so difficult that you must search high and low for it. Yet what you are is within you and wants to come out at every available opportunity. You don't have to struggle so much. It is more about allowing space for it to manifest and to let the energy flow. The real struggle is not in finding something. It is more about letting go of the idea that you need to search for your path in the first place. You see, the process of activating your life path is a natural one. The effort is in getting out of the way, not in making something happen. As for being yourself, that is the foundation from which your true life path will reveal itself. Being yourself becomes easier when you give yourself permission to love, honor, and accept yourself in all circumstances, especially the ones where you might be more tempted to reject and judge. Give the sacred rebel within you the opportunity to decide your values, irrespective of whether they meet with general social acceptance. This oracle brings you the message that what you are dreaming of or seeking to do, create, live, or manifest is actually very natural for you. That is why you want to do it. If you experienced controlling and manipulative forces as you were growing up, you would have found it hard to access your natural state at the time. You would have been too busy trying to adapt and get through the trials of childhood. I'm going to say that one more time because I chopped that up. You would have been too busy trying to adapt and get through the trials of childhood. This is what I was speaking of earlier, of learned patterns of behavior due to our past, our childhood ways growing up, like survival. When you finished navigating childhood and started to let go of who you were taught to be in order to become who you really are, you may have found your life path was not easily accessible. That is simply because your true and natural self was covered by layers of shame from the early conditioning that you had to be other than you are in order to win love or be acceptable. However, that natural self hasn't gone anywhere. It is still there within you. Now it is just about chipping away at the walls of shame, perhaps with a defiant, "Who the hell cares? I am here and I am going to love myself anyway." This allows you to risk bearing the feeling of any shame that arises as you release old emotional wounds and break away from any restraints to unconditional self-love. The sacred rebel within can empower you to love yourself no matter what, simply because you want to. You might decide to declare, "I am still lovable, so put that in your pipe and smoke it." This will send an energetic message to whomever shamed you in the first place, whether they meant to or not. Your message could be going to a parent, school teacher, sibling, friend, lover, or anyone else that was struggling enough with their own shame wound that they couldn't help but dump it on you. You can be free to realize that the shame is just an emotion, not a truth, and you can defy any hold it has ever had on you and your ability to love yourself. This oracle brings you the guidance that you are now powerful enough to break the cycle. It is time to stop the shame and claim yourself in love instead. What you want to write, sing, dance, or become is you. It is natural. Drop your defenses, get into the grit, and confront the power that any old shaming has had over you. It's finished now. It is time for you to be naked with yourself, acknowledge how gorgeous you are, and get on with your work. Life is urging you to do so because the work wants to happen. What you want to create wants to be created. The word wants to be written. You just need to let go of any remnants of the past that have been in your way. Step firmly over them and onto your path. Now, they come with a healing process that I wasn't going to read, and I didn't read for the other one, but I will read for this. For you guys. Say out loud, "I now choose to forgive and release any person, situation, or circumstance that has ever been a source of shame or shaming for me, whether conscious or unconscious. I now release this from my body, mind, and heart through unconditional love. I choose to claim myself instead. I love, accept, and claim all of me under the loving protection and wisdom of life. I choose to live as myself. Now, I call on the unconditionally loving assistance that life wishes to send me for this journey now. I honor my creative power and my innate worth. So be it." And then it says, be kind to yourself. Say this every day for the next few days or however long it takes for you to believe it. You are worth the effort. Okay? That's it for this reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Till next time.